Season 6 of The Chosen doesn't just continue the story. It drops us into a single night that changes everything. One day, one final arc before the crucifixion. From the first scene, the pace is relentless, the emotions raw, and the meaning heavy. If you think you're ready, stay with me, because what unfolds next is as intense as the Gospels themselves, and it begins in episode 1. This season focuses almost entirely on the last night before the cross, and that choice gives the story a haunting energy. Darkness hangs over every step, echoing the tone of Scripture. The team has said this is their most emotionally and spiritually demanding season, and you can feel why. We're walking through hours that shifted human history. The premiere doesn't ease you in. It throws you straight into the trial. After the arrest in Gethsemane, where Jesus prays, "Not my will, but yours be done," he is brought first to Annas. Annas is no longer the high priest, but he still holds influence, and he questions Jesus about his disciples and teaching. Jesus answers plainly. He has taught openly, not in secret. That calm truth meets violence when a guard strikes him. It's a brief moment, but it lands hard and sets the tone for the ordeal ahead. From there, Jesus is led to Caiaphas, and the Sanhedrin tries to assemble a case. Witnesses can't agree. Their stories collide. The room tilts toward chaos until Caiaphas asks the question that will define the night. "Are you the Messiah?" Jesus answers in words that echo across the Gospels. "You have said so. From now on, you will see the Son of Man seated at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on the clouds of heaven." Those words seal the charge of blasphemy. Authority huddles. A verdict hardens. The path narrows. Will episode 1 cover the Roman trial? Probably not fully. But to understand the sweep of this season, you need to feel what is coming. Because the Sanhedrin cannot carry out an execution, Jesus is taken to Pontius Pilate. Pilate, finding no fault, still wrestles with pressure he can't ignore. He sends Jesus to Herod Antipas, who expects a sign and receives silence. Mockery replaces wonder. Jesus is sent back to Pilate. A Passover custom offers one release. The crowd chooses Barabbas. What follows is a descent. Flogging, mocking, a crown of thorns. Pilate washes his hands and declares himself innocent of this blood, then hands Jesus over for crucifixion. Even saying it out loud is heavy, and the season leans into that weight without flinching. All of this is backed by production choices that match the scale of the story. Season 6 filmed for 86 days, longer than any prior season, across North Texas, Utah, and Matera, Italy. Matera is the same historic city used for the Passion of the Christ, and that continuity deepens the atmosphere. The showrunners are treating this as more than just a new chapter. They've framed it as an event. The Come and See Foundation committed to a theatrical rollout with a $30 million budget and $16 million already crowdfunded. The Crucifixion episode has a theatrical date, May 12, 2027. That's far away, which may stretch patience, but it also hints at careful build-up and a scale that needs time. The cast's experience underlines how demanding this felt to make. Jonathan Rumi, who plays Jesus, has called this the most challenging work of his career, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Elizabeth Tabish, who plays Mary Magdalene, says witnessing the suffering up close was devastating. Abraham A. Bueno Helzad, Big James, speaks about moments on set that gave him chills. Even glimpses of behind-the-scenes footage show how much intensity the team carried scene to scene. The actors aren't just playing parts. They're absorbing the ache of the story, and you can sense that reality in how they talk about it. Across the season, the storytelling holds close to Scripture. That fidelity isn't dry, it's alive with pressure, choice, and consequence. From the garden to the trial, from Peter's denial to the silence before authority, the path is narrow and purposeful. The show threads familiar moments with fresh urgency, the quiet strength in Jesus' refusal to perform for Herod, the political corner into which Pilate is pushed, the grief of the disciples who can't stop what's unfolding even as they try to stand near it. Each beat builds the same question in the viewer. How did everything move so quickly from palm branches to a cross? Episode 1 primes those questions from the opening minutes. It doesn't waste time with detours. It immerses you in tension, religious, legal, and moral, and lets that tension run. You watch leaders scramble for agreement they can't honestly reach, a crowd shift with whispers and fear, and a governor struggle with truth he can't deny and a crowd he can't defy. The pace is not frantic, but it is tight. Each exchange pushes you forward. Each answer from Jesus deepens the divide between what is right and what is chosen. The night setting matters. It's more than a backdrop. It's a mirror. The Gospels speak of darkness, and this season uses the night to press the theme. When light is questioned, what do people do? Some hide, some grasp power, some deny. Some stand and say nothing because nothing more needs saying. That quiet boldness, I have taught openly, rings through the episode. It's a simple line, but it carries the whole of his ministry. As the season builds toward the cross, the show does not try to soften the road. It respects the pain without exploiting it. It gives space for grief while keeping the story moving. If you connected with Season 5, there's a good chance this next chapter will cut deeper. It's darker, more focused, and more exact about what these hours meant and still mean. There's also a practical promise woven in. This isn't just content to consume. It's a story to walk through. The structure makes that clear. The introduction points to the scope and the night. The body walks you step by step, Annas, Caiaphas, Pilate, Herod, the crowd, so you feel the pressure tightening. The conclusion points ahead, not to escape the weight, but to carry it. It invites reflection, not just reaction. I'm moved even in describing it, and I'm curious how it lands for you. Which moment hits you hardest? The silence before Herod, the conflicting witnesses, the choice of Barabbas, or the single steady answer about who he is? Share your thought, your question, your doubt, your favorite line of scripture that frames this night. There's more to unpack each week as details emerge and the premiere draws closer. If you want those updates and deeper dives, stick around. This season is not just bigger, it's braver. And the first episode sets that tone from the very first scene.